I discovered my wife's infidelity when I used her phone to play a prank on my sister-in-law, which is why this story now has real-time updates. My wife, Jenny, and I have been married for 8 years. We met when we were both 22, right after graduating from college. Until now, things had been great. We never had any huge fights that led to a separation or anything like that. We even shared the passwords to our phones and personal emails. This morning, while Jenny was asleep, my brother texted me. His wife, Carly, and Jenny are planning to leave town for a short getaway, while my brother, a few friends, and I are going to watch football on Sunday and spend the weekend together. He asked Jenny to message Carly from her phone because Carly dropped hers in the toilet, and they are temporarily sharing one phone until she gets a new one. I decided to open Jenny's phone and reply with something stupid and funny to embarrass her, so I opened the messaging app and scrolled through their previous conversation to get some context. The second chat on the list was with someone named Zach. I did not know who Zach was. The most recent message from him was a heart emoji followed by, "Good night." I got curious, stopped replying to my brother, and opened Jenny's conversation with Zach. That is when everything fell apart. The chat contained explicit sexual messages about what he wanted to do with Jenny. I scrolled up and found multiple nude photos from both of them. Most of the messages were sent between 1 and 4 in the morning, when I am usually asleep, which made it painfully obvious she was hiding this from me. In that moment, I realized my wife was cheating on me. I had to sit there and accept that this was likely the end of our marriage. All our happy memories, our trips abroad, our romantic nights suddenly felt meaningless. I put the phone down and went to the bathroom to collect myself while Jenny was still sleeping. I went on with my day, made breakfast, and woke her up. While she slept, her phone buzzed 7 times, and yes, I counted. They were all good morning messages from Zach, along with a message confirming whether she was still coming to see him this weekend. Later, she went into the bathroom, and I heard her phone vibrating loudly on the counter. I could hear typing and the send sound, 3 times in a row. When she came out, I quickly went downstairs and pretended nothing was wrong. We ate breakfast, she went to shower, and I tried to unlock her phone again. Jenny had changed the password. Either I was acting off, or she decided it was time to lock things down after years of being comfortable with each other. I tried accessing her Facebook and email accounts, but those passwords had been changed as well. That evening, Jenny went out with some friends. She thinks she lost her phone. I did not steal it from her before she left. Once she was gone, I went through a long and frustrating process to unlock it, but I eventually succeeded. There was no doubt left. She was cheating on me. The messages were graphic, talking about sexual positions, explicit acts, and plans to see each other this weekend. I erased all traces of accessing her phone afterward. What I cannot understand is that we did not have serious problems. We still had sex 4 or 5 times a week, and I made sure she enjoyed it every time. We still went on dates. We still cuddled on the couch. She has been on birth control ever since I suggested waiting a bit before having kids. We are both fit and still attractive, so it is not about appearances. I keep asking myself what I missed. Should I tell her that I know? Should I tell my brother that Carly might be involved? I have a prenup with an infidelity clause, because I earn significantly more than she does, between $210,000 and $230,000 a year, so at least I am protected financially. Right now, I am considering finding out more, possibly following her during this so-called trip, before making any final decisions. I am not even sure if Carly knows the full truth, or if they are really leaving town. At all. Sorry if this is scattered. I am furious and heartbroken. I loved her. I took screenshots of the messages and emailed them to myself. It feels like someone punched me straight in the gut. Today at 1 p.m. 10:29 a.m. People saying this is fake. Divorce lawyers are open on Friday afternoons. You can find one through online databases, and private investigators have flexible hours because of the nature of their work, so I hired one quickly because this was urgent. If you still think this is fake, go fuck yourselves. I do not need that shit while I am going through this. 10:40 a.m. Carly has arrived. They are having breakfast together while I watch TV and sit on my computer. Once they leave, the private investigator will start following them. 11:50 a.m. They left a bit later than planned. They were supposed to leave at 11 a.m. but got caught up chatting and talking to me from time to time. The private investigator is following them now. He has a zoom camera that can take high-quality photos from an absurd distance, a set of high-end cameras in the car, and handheld recorders. 12:02 p.m. The private investigator will send me live updates, and I can view one of his cameras on my computer like a live feed. I will post some details here, but the main parts will be shared after the investigation in a full update on Monday or Tuesday. I will link it here when it is up. 12:03 p.m. She is not going where she told me she was going. Jenny is driving. This does not look good. 12:14 p.m. Carly was dropped off at a Starbucks. Jenny took the car and left the shopping center. I do not know where she is going. The private investigator is a solid 10 out of 10 with these updates and the live camera. 12:19 p.m. The private investigator is following Jenny. She is making random left and right turns that do not seem to lead anywhere. She does not know she is being followed because he is very far back. I think she is being cautious. 12:24 p.m. The divorce lawyer and I rescheduled for Monday morning at 7 a.m. I will go to the lawyer and then straight to work. 12:26 p.m. Jenny has returned to the shopping center. She is parked a normal distance from the Starbucks and is texting someone. Probably Carly, since both of them are on their phones. Carly can be seen texting through the Starbucks window. Jenny is texting from her car in the parking lot. 12:30 p.m. A man entered the Starbucks and sat next to Carly. Jenny moved the car closer to the Starbucks, apparently waiting for Carly to come out. The man could just be a random guy trying to flirt with Carly since seating is almost full. False alarm. 12:38 p.m. The man left the Starbucks and went on his way. Carly and Jenny are back together in the car. They have been talking for several minutes without moving. Carly looks nervous and keeps looking out the window. They know something we do not. This is intense. 12:48 p.m. Still sitting in the car. 12:56 p.m. Still sitting in the car. The private investigator is hundreds of meters away using his zoom. He is not even in the same part of the shopping center. His windows are slightly tinted, so it would be very hard for them to spot him. 1:02 p.m. They left the shopping center. The private investigator is following them. I do not know where they are headed. 1:15 p.m. Still driving. There is some traffic, so they have not gone very far. 1:23 p.m. Carly was dropped off at a hotel. It is a decent hotel, not some sketchy motel but also not Vegas-level luxury. Think a standard chain like Hilton or similar. Jenny is still in the parking lot. 1:26 p.m. Jenny got out of the car and followed Carly into the hotel. Either they are getting food or meeting someone. 1:27 p.m. The private investigator thinks, based on their movements, that they will not be there very long. The hotel has an IHOP, Subway, Pizza Hut, and a few other restaurants. Most likely they went in to eat. 1:30 p.m. The investigator is going to enter the hotel to see what happens. I need to go to the bathroom, sorry. I will update when I am back in 10 to 15 minutes. 1:49 p.m. Sorry, I am back. I am reviewing the updates and footage from the last 15 minutes that I missed and writing this update now. 2 p.m. Jenny and Carly were eating at one of the hotel restaurants. They are chatting and acting completely normal, like nothing is going on. The investigator is sitting far away and out of sight. They do not seem to know they are being followed, as they are not acting nervous at all. A man passed by their table, said a few things, and left. Probably a hotel employee based on his attire. According to the footage, they have almost finished eating and are cleaning up. I suspect they will head back to the car soon. Jenny keeps checking the hotel lobby clock. Her phone appears to be dead, or she does not want to use it to check the time. They decide to get the rest of the food to go, pack their things, and leave the hotel. The investigator follows at a distance. They suddenly start running full speed toward the car. I do not know why. Carly appears to question Jenny about why they are running. They get in the car and keep talking. Both seem relaxed, with no visible tension. We do not know why Jenny suddenly ran. 2:08 p.m. They are back on the road. The investigator is following again. More suspense. 2:12 p.m. What the hell with these U-turns? It looks like she is trying to shake someone off. They appear to be heading back toward the hotel. There is absolutely no way they know about the investigator. He is extremely far away. This is not like in movies where the PI is a few cars behind. He is at least 30 meters back. 2:15 p.m. Carly was dropped off at the hotel. Jenny drove away and is now heading back toward a residential area. Carly was seen waving goodbye to Jenny. Carly had a hotel key card when she entered the lobby, so she likely has a room. Jenny handed Carly the key card when Carly got out of the car. They must have already secured a room earlier, because the investigator had to wait a short time before following them inside to avoid looking suspicious. 2:22 p.m. Jenny stopped in front of a house in a residential neighborhood and kissed a man before going inside. It is Zach. Cheating confirmed. Carly appears to have no idea what is going on. The investigator took photos. This is more than enough evidence. The investigator will likely stop for today. 2:24 p.m. They are definitely not aware of this Reddit post. I do not know why I let myself hope nothing would happen. I am sad now. 2:27 p.m. Sorry for the abrupt update earlier. She dropped Carly at the hotel, rushed back to the residential area, and went into the house she showed Carly earlier and kissed Zach. No attempt to cover her tracks, no zigzagging, nothing. I expected a build-up of some kind, not a confirmation this fast. 2:31 p.m. Fuck. Carly just texted my brother about Jenny. So my brother knows. Carly knows. I know. They did not know that I knew, but my brother just told me. I need both of them to shut the hell up about this, and I need to act surprised when one of them calls me. In the last 15 minutes, everything has blown up. If Jenny finds out that I know, this whole evidence-gathering thing is ruined. I need a way to tell them to keep quiet without tipping them off to what I am doing. Guys, please, I need advice. Okay, to summarize, Carly thought this was a girls' weekend. I do not know what was going on at Starbucks. Maybe Carly just wanted a drink or something. I do not know who talked to Carly there. The weird turns were probably because Jenny suspected someone was following her. They grabbed food at the hotel. Jenny ran to the car either because she was excited or because they were playing around. Jenny showed Carly where she would be, just in case Jenny stopped responding later. Then she dropped Carly off in the hotel room they are sharing. Jenny then went back and met up with Zach. They are inside now. The private investigator does not know what to do next: keep surveillance, go to the hotel, or call it for the day. This is what I think happened. The whole case falls apart if Jenny finds out, because I will lose my chance to gather more evidence. I have video of her entering the house and the quick kiss at the door, but I want more. I have this investigator booked until Monday, so I might as well use that time. 2:41 p.m. My head is spinning. This is too much information for 30 minutes. I cannot handle this. Carly texted my brother that Jenny is cheating on me. My brother texted me. I cannot let them tell Jenny that I know, because it will ruin my chance to collect more evidence and really solidify my case. I am not sure a quick kiss and entering a house is enough for the infidelity clause. She could claim it was a friendly greeting. The investigator is scheduled through Monday, so I have more time to gather proof if my brother and Carly keep their mouths shut. 2:54 p.m. Okay, I am going to eat lunch. I will read replies while I eat, but I will not be posting. The investigator is watching Jenny and Zach's house. There may be more juicy updates if they leave the house, so stay tuned, I guess. I am out of words. The pleasure of our love lasted a few years. The pain coming from this will last a lifetime. I will post more updates in 10 or 15 minutes. 3:10 p.m. Okay, I cooled off while eating. I am not as shaken as before. The investigator messaged me that there is movement at the house. He is sitting there watching. Carly is not trustworthy and does not need to know about the evidence. I told my brother to please not talk about this and to tell Carly to stay quiet, because I need time to think through my options. I feel much better now. I still do not know why they went to Starbucks or who the guy was who talked to Carly there. It definitely was not Zach. 3:14 p.m. I cannot talk to the lawyer about how much proof I need because his office closed at 2 p.m. We have an appointment Monday at 7 a.m. Also, Zach and Jenny are on the porch, apparently getting ready to leave the house. 3:18 p.m. My doorbell rang. It was someone asking if I was ready to upgrade my cable service. Probably unrelated to anything happening here. I am not going to get overly paranoid. This kind of door-to-door advertising happens pretty often around here. Guys, calm down about the cable guy. He had a name badge, an official vehicle with a big ladder, everything. 3:27 p.m. Zach and Jenny are relaxing on the porch, just talking and holding hands. My investigator is very far away. They cannot see him, but he can see them. 3:38 p.m. Zach and Jenny left Zach's house. The investigator is following them. More suspense for us. 3:42 p.m. Zach and Jenny are heading toward the shopping center with the Starbucks. I do not know why. I assume they already ate. 3:48 p.m. Jenny and Zach are sitting in the car parked at the shopping center, just like Carly and Jenny were earlier. They are just talking. 3:51 p.m. Remember the guy who met with Carly in Starbucks? He just got into the car with Zach and Jenny. All three of them are sitting together discussing something. Things are heating up again. I will post evidence later. Right now I am trying to keep track of what is happening. This is escalating quickly, just like before. 3:55 p.m. They left the shopping center. The investigator is following them. 4:04 p.m. They arrived at the hotel. Zach, Jenny, and the unknown man are heading inside. Carly is already somewhere in the hotel. The unknown guy is probably the person Carly is having an affair with, I guess. If he were a hitman, I would expect him to be taller or more muscular. He looks like an average guy, just kind of short. I am not sure how the investigator can follow them without looking suspicious. 4:11 p.m. My investigator followed them into the lobby. Jenny picked up a room key, and the three of them headed toward the elevator. We are basically blind now. We do not know what is happening in the hotel room or rooms. The investigator wants to know if he should keep watching the hotel or call it for the day. It looks like they will spend the rest of the day there and probably sleep there too. I think Carly was trying to paint Jenny as the only one cheating, which is why she immediately texted my brother. I think now, if Jenny exposes Carly, Carly will deny it and say Jenny is only saying that because she got caught cheating. My head is spinning again. 4:16 p.m. Okay. All four of them are essentially inside the hotel doing something. Most likely having sex. The thought of my wife having sex with another man makes me want to throw up, but I am surviving. There is no way my investigator can go upstairs or find out what is happening inside. He will watch the hotel for a few more hours before heading home. 4:28 p.m. Jenny just texted me saying that Carly is cheating on my brother. I honestly do not know how to respond. 4:41 p.m. I am still not sure if I should reply to Jenny. What am I supposed to say? My life is falling apart here. I cannot emphasize enough how grateful I am to all of you. Over 1,000 people giving me useful advice. Thank you for all the incredibly kind private messages. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to me during this horrible moment. Reddit is amazing. I will keep updating when I have more information. 4:48 p.m. I keep thinking I should respond, but I will probably ignore it. I do not want to say something I will regret and ruin everything. 5 p.m. Not much is happening now. They are still at the hotel. My investigator will watch for another hour before he has to leave. Updates will be slower. They might pick up again later tonight if Jenny comes home or if I receive more messages. They are supposed to spend the night there, but who knows? The update I will post on Monday or Tuesday will include all the juicy details, so check my profile then to see how everything unfolds. Once again, I will link it here in this post. Thanks for all the help today, guys. 5:34 p.m. Thank you all for the amazing private messages. You are incredible. The first investigator will be leaving soon. The second investigator will conduct overnight surveillance until 11 p.m. Rest in peace to my inbox. They are still at the hotel, by the way. Food has been delivered inside as well, so I assume they will stay there for the rest of the day. It looks like Jenny convinced Carly to go with her to Zach's house to show her the location in case something happened to Jenny. Carly would be her watcher, so to speak. Then Jenny took Zach and the other guy to the hotel, and Carly chickened out and did not want to cheat on her husband, so now Jenny is stabbing her in the back. I am not sure. I will find out in the coming days. It is the only explanation I can think of for why they would expose each other like this. 6:36 p.m. I will be posting screenshots of the texts as proof shortly. The second investigator is on site, and they have not left the hotel. Tomorrow will probably be much more interesting. A few things happened that will be covered in my Monday or Tuesday update post. This is insane. This sucks so much. Again, thank you for the support. 9:35 p.m. Well, I fell asleep. I woke up to eat dinner, and here I am again. This was a really boring day apart from that damn breakfast. I had no human contact except for the cable guy for a second. I am fast-forwarding through the surveillance footage now and reviewing the few updates I received. The evidence is coming, calm down about that. I would rather focus on how this situation is developing than worry about a few people who do not believe me. When I do post proof, either tomorrow morning or tonight, it will be heavily blurred so no one can identify me. I am just starting to realize that my life is slowly falling apart around me. It is strange that some of you seem to be enjoying this, but I would do anything to go back in time and prevent all of this. This proves that money does not buy happiness unless you have a partner and family. I understand some people can be happy without a spouse or family, but I cannot see how. This feeling of being alone is what hurts. My parents are dead. I only have my brother left, and both of us could be destroyed by this infidelity. He is the last family member I have, and I hate seeing us go through this together. I will not be a 50-year-old guy alone at a bar with no one. I will push through this and hopefully find a better partner. I do not know. After I woke up, it felt like someone had been sitting on my chest for the last 3 hours. I hate complaining, but this hurts too much. 9:42 p.m. I have messages from Jenny and Carly. Jenny asked what I am doing and told me to call her when I can. Carly said, I'm sorry about Jenny. You can text me if you want to talk about it. Damn it, falling asleep like an idiot. I do not know what to reply. If anyone is still here this late and has advice, would really appreciate it. 10:12 p.m. Jenny texted me again. She said she was getting scared and did not want to deal with driving home. Probably drunk, worried that I know. I told her I was at the gym working out, that I ran into some friends there, and decided to hang out with them for a bit. I ended with, "What's up?" She has not replied yet. I ignored Carly's text. I read it in the notification bar so it would not show as read. There was no way I could keep ignoring Jenny. She started texting repeatedly at exactly 10 p.m., probably panicking. She definitely would have done something drastic. I wish I could have ignored her, but that would not have ended well. People do stupid things when they panic, and sadly she is not as calm as I am. 10:31 p.m. I called my brother and told him about the texts I received and parts of the investigation. He will be here early tomorrow morning. I feel better now that he knows everything and is not in the dark. Jenny replied, "Okay, cool, babe, I'm going to sleep. Good night," with a heart emoji. I replied, "Cool, I already miss you. Good night," with a heart emoji. Playing it cool is hard. I know it is not unusual for parents to be dead by the time you are 30, but I really wish my mom were here to comfort me. She was the best at that. If your parents are still alive and you are on good terms with them, do not treat them like shit and definitely do not take them for granted. They will not be here forever. I did not treat my mom badly. I just wish she were here with me. I am trying to hold back tears while rereading everything I am writing. Hello again. Thank you all for the incredible private messages. I am answering as many as I can. For everyone worried about my safety if she comes home with Carly, etc., the investigator will alert me if they leave the hotel. They probably will not, since they are most likely drunk and Jenny already said good night. 10:44 p.m. I am logging off around 11. Nothing new will probably happen tonight. The investigator decided to keep watching until sometime between 3 and 5 a.m. just in case something happens. I have activated all the house alarms. If any door or window opens or breaks, it will alert me with a loud beep. I have a backpack ready next to me in case I need to leave quickly. I have a gun secured in my desk again. Thank you all for the support. There is a ridiculous number of people here supporting me, and I love it. It is helping me cope. Updates will continue tomorrow. The first investigator will resume at 8 a.m. I will be awake around 9 or 10 a.m., maybe later if I cannot sleep tonight. The pace should pick up again tomorrow. I will also update you about the meeting with my brother in the morning. I will not be posting any evidence, because anything I post would be an obvious clue if they find this thread. I have changed many details so they cannot connect the dots just from the posts, but evidence would expose me. So sorry if you do not believe me, but I will not post photos. I will respond to some messages from my phone while lying in bed. I love you all. Good night. This post will not be on the front page tomorrow, and I highly doubt it will be featured. Bookmark it if you need to. Finally, good night. January 18, 2015. 9:35 a.m. I woke up a little while ago. I slept more than I expected. I kind of hoped all of this was a bad nightmare and that Jenny would be sleeping next to me when I woke up. Sadly, that is not the case. This is the worst I have felt since the death of my parents. My brother is coming very soon. He texted me, "Good morning bro, what time should I come by?" I said in half an hour. The investigator updated me at 4:21 a.m., saying that Jenny and Carly went down to the ground floor and were sitting in the hotel lobby talking. Carly was holding her head like she had a hangover. They returned to their rooms at 4:56 a.m. I still need to fast forward through the night footage. Right now I need to prepare breakfast for my brother and myself. I will be back. I hope everyone is doing okay today. 9:55 a.m. My brother should be here in a few minutes. He is bringing breakfast for us. I will post an update after we talk. It will take a while. Hopefully later I will get more information or an appearance from Jenny and company. This will be one of the worst conversations of my life, and it is risky. If my brother loses control, all of this could go to hell. But if he stays calm, he will be an ally. Jenny is supposed to come home sometime this afternoon or evening. Mixed feelings about that. I keep rehearsing what I am going to say. I will be back in a bit. Also, do not hesitate to send me private messages or comment if you are worried they will get lost. I read everything in my inbox and will probably keep checking after the meeting. I am nervous. This meeting is going to suck. 11:11 a.m. Well, I learned that my brother is not very good in a crisis. When he arrived, we ate, and I told him everything about the cheating and how I have videos. I showed him a screenshot of Jenny kissing Zach and Carly talking to the unknown guy in Starbucks. I showed him the hangover footage at the hotel, the texts, everything. He started losing control. I was afraid he was going to burn the house down. It took a good 10 minutes to calm him down, but surprisingly, afterward he was incredibly calm. It was like he had a short breakdown and then returned to normal. We talked about options and decided that each of us would act as if we did not know our wives were cheating, as if we were completely in the dark. I will act as if my brother and Carly never told me anything about Jenny, and my brother will act as if I never told him anything about Carly. It may or may not work, but we are doing it to keep our wives under control. The last thing we want is for them to come home and have simultaneous crises trying to do damage control. During the meeting, the investigator texted me that they went out for food and that all four of them were sitting at a table outside a restaurant. Jenny was clearly wearing a pair of men's sunglasses. One of the guys brought them for the hangover and probably lent them to her. In any case, it was obvious they were all suffering from hangovers except for the unknown guy, who looked completely fine. They finished eating and went back up to the hotel rooms. I do not know if it is one room or multiple rooms, so I will say rooms. I am not sure why they did not use room service. Maybe it is too expensive. My brother and I watched them eating at the hotel. He stared in horror, probably realizing that his marriage was over. He cried uncontrollably afterward. I felt terrible for him. I made sure not to cry. I will not let my emotions take over and cloud my decisions right now. They are back in their hotel rooms. I hope they leave the hotel in an hour or two. There is not much to do there all day except hang out and have sex. Jenny texted my brother, "Hi," at 1:19 a.m. last night, and he did not reply. Carly has not texted him yet. My brother is still here, calm and composed, watching TV while I use the computer. He does not know about this Reddit post. I am not sure if I should tell him. Right now, we are waiting for them to make a move. Hopefully they will leave the hotel and show affection in public to solidify our divorce cases. We are still not 100% sure that Carly cheated at all. There is no photo or video evidence, just her talking to a guy in Starbucks. Just a few more photos or videos and we can stop this madness and move forward with our divorces. He will look for a lawyer tomorrow and meet with one sometime this week. The atmosphere in this house is so sad. I hate it. I might need to go for a walk or something. 12:28 p.m. Sorry for not posting for an hour. But nothing has happened yet. My brother is still here, grieving, and I'm waiting for them to make a move. They are awake and alert by now. We'll see what happens. 12:37 p.m. They have left the hotel. Carly, Jenny, and the unknown guy, let's call him X, Isaac, are in Jenny's car. The investigator will follow them as soon as they pull out. 12:45 p.m. They are heading toward a residential area full of apartment buildings. This is not the area where Zach lives. The investigator is having trouble following them because the area has quick left and right turns, and he needs to keep a safe distance without losing sight of them. 12:50 p.m. This area is very close to the original mall. X must have walked to the mall from his apartment. X has been dropped off at his apartment and entered the lobby quickly. Jenny and Carly left immediately and are heading somewhere else. 12:56 p.m. They are now in Zach's neighborhood. In the car are Jenny driving, Carly, and Zach. There were no public displays of affection between X and Carly, so my brother still has no photo or video proof for his case. 1:05 p.m. Just my luck. They dropped Zach off at his house, and Jenny got out of the car and followed him up the driveway in plain sight. They kissed passionately for 10 to 15 seconds, like a goodbye kiss. Then Jenny got back into the car and drove off. That is more than enough proof for my case. I have nudes, sexually suggestive texts, explicit messages, and now video and photo proof of them kissing and spending time together. It feels good to finally have more than enough evidence. I am devastated by what I've discovered. My respect to the investigator. Now my brother and I are watching where Carly and Jenny go next. It's just the two of them in the car now. My brother's case is still a mystery, what exactly Carly has been doing is still unclear. 1:15 p.m. They are returning to the original mall. 1:20 p.m. They parked normally and both went inside Starbucks to stand in line and order something. They are talking to each other in line. They literally ate 2 hours ago. I don't know why they stopped here. 1:24 p.m. They are sitting at a table with coffee, talking. Probably discussing what they are going to tell my brother and me. 1:30 p.m. Still drinking coffee and talking. 1:40 p.m. Still drinking and talking. Given my situation, it's clear my wife is cheating on me. My brother is helping me install a few surveillance cameras with audio recording in the house. Thanks to everyone for that advice. It will solidify my case in the event that she tries to claim I did something to her, like hitting her, which I did not. He seems a bit more encouraged now. Since we have no proof that Carly cheated at all, I mean, maybe Jenny had a threesome and Carly was just a witness. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it's always a possibility. We'll have to hear what they say when they get home. Speaking of when they get back, what should I do? Play dumb? I don't know how to react. I want to tell her I know everything after my divorce lawyer meeting tomorrow. By then, I'll have everything in order. I hope she doesn't come home tonight and confess. I'd rather wait until after the lawyer meeting. 1:49 p.m. Jenny texted me saying, "Hey baby, want to watch a movie tonight? You choose." I don't know if this is related to everything or if she's just trying to distract me. I don't know what to say. Carly texted my brother saying, "Sorry for not being in touch, I missed you," with a wink. We're only installing 3 security cameras, and they'll be well hidden. She won't be able to see them. 1:56 p.m. Damn guys, this is a throwaway account, but thanks for the gold. It makes it easier to see all the comments. I don't care about karma since this is a throwaway. For everyone saying I'm making this up, if Jenny confesses, I'll act surprised and only tell her about all of this after speaking with my divorce lawyer tomorrow, and he'll tell me what to do. Thanks for all the advice. Now it's a race to install and hide the cameras. They're still on their phones in the cafe. About the cameras, anyway, we've been talking about installing security cameras for a while now for safety reasons. That counts as consent. 2:05 p.m. They're still at Starbucks. The investigator tells me Carly is nervously looking around again, like she's uneasy. These aren't official security cameras, just a few homemade recording devices. I'd have to call a company to install official cameras in and around my house, or it would take me a few days as a DIY project. 2:22 p.m. They've left the cafe. Both are in the car. Zach and X are home now, it's just Jenny and Carly on their bastard girls' night. 2:39 p.m. They're heading back to the hotel again. I don't know what they're planning now. Possibly picking up their things before going home. 2:47 p.m. They've arrived at the hotel. Instead of walking in normally, they were clearly in a hurry and jogged or fast-walked inside. Either they just wanted to move faster, or they know something is wrong. Jenny is talking on her phone, standing outside the hotel entrance, and Carly is waiting inside the lobby. Jenny is not calling me or my brother, so I don't know who she's talking to. Top of the subreddit now. 2:52 p.m. Jenny is still on the phone. Carly has joined her outside, and they're taking turns talking. My brother is rushing to install a couple of cameras. This will be tight. 2:54 p.m. Some friends called asking if I'm still joining them to watch football in a few hours. I'm not sure whether I should decline or go along with it. I'll think about it. 3 p.m. They grabbed their bags and it looks like they checked out of the hotel. They're in the car now, ready to leave. The investigator is preparing to follow them if they drive off. Hello to everyone who asked how I texted Carly, she has a replacement phone. 3:02 p.m. The bank came through, and as I requested yesterday afternoon, the joint bank account is now frozen. I'll be notified of any withdrawals from my personal account in case any information was stolen over the next 2 weeks. 3:07 p.m. I guess they love talking in cafes and cars, because they're still sitting in the car talking. I don't know who they were on the phone with. I've got the Seahawks vs Packers game on the TV to my left with my brother watching, the surveillance feed on my right monitor, this post on my left monitor, and I'm checking my phone for written updates from the investigator. This is getting chaotic. 3:15 p.m. They've left the hotel. It's unclear where they're going. The investigator is following them. My brother is trying to hide the recording devices. 3:20 p.m. We only have 2 recorders in the house. We'd need to go out and buy 1 or 2 more. If Jenny and Carly drive straight home, we won't have time. They're heading toward a familiar area. It includes a grocery store, some apartment buildings, and the gym I go to. 3:23 p.m. It's too risky to go out for more recorders. Looks like we'll have to make do with the 2 we have. They're getting close to the Jimmy's grocery area. 3:27 p.m. They've passed the grocery store and gym area. They might be coming home. They're about 20 minutes away. If they come here, what should we say? 3:32 p.m. They're taking a route that leads here. I was prepared for this. I'm running programs that wipe history and data from my phone and computer. This will take a few minutes. My brother and I are acting like nothing is wrong, watching the game, and planning to go hang out with friends in a few hours. 3:39 p.m. They are definitely coming here. The recorders are hidden. Devices are being wiped. Stories are prepared. The next few hours are going to be hell for me, but you'll probably enjoy the update after we talk. God, I hope this goes well. 3:46 p.m. They're arriving at the house. Almost on the street. About 2 minutes away. Any replies to comments will be from my phone. I can't update from mobile. I'll update after everything happens, it'll take a while. Getting ready. Damn it. They were supposed to come back at night when I wouldn't be here. They're here. 5:44 p.m. Things are rotting fast. I can't write more than a minute right now. No one has been hurt or anything, just a lot happening. I'll update when I get the chance, maybe from my friend's house. I'll probably leave to watch the game. This is not a good place to be. I'm trying to cope. There were tears, anger, grief, yelling, my God. Nothing physical at all. 5:49 p.m. Things are going to hell. Still nothing physical, but it's bad. I can't write more than a minute or two. Yelling, anger, sadness, crying, so much crying, begging, explanations, contradictions. This is not a good place to be right now. I'll update when I'm at my friend's place. It'll take a while. Sorry for not updating sooner. No one is hurt. I bet you're all having a great time reading this. This is the worst moment of my life. 5:51 p.m. Jenny is using the bathroom quickly. I'll say this, the next update I post from my friend's house will be long and not very good. It went more or less how I expected. The lies I've been told in the last 2 hours, the lies. I have to get out of here. This isn't a pleasant place to be. A huge part of my life is falling apart around me. I'll find a way to cope. I'm not a coward. I can get through this. My brother can too. I'll update as soon as I can. Update 1. Okay. Jenny and Carly came back from the hotel. My devices were wiped, everything looked normal. My brother and I were sitting on the couch watching TV. Jenny opened the front door and both Jenny and Carly came in. It started with the usual, "Hi honey," and "I missed you." They took off their shoes by the door, and Carly went to sit next to her husband. Jenny just came over to me and hugged me for a good minute or two. I won't lie, it felt good. Forgetting everything and just wrapping ourselves around each other. She didn't smell different, so it was easy to forget the affair for a moment. She pulled back from the hug and kissed me the same way she kissed Zach, for a few seconds. I pulled away and said, "What's going on?" She looked away. I could see she was starting to cry, then she broke down sobbing. Her eyes filled with tears. I almost felt bad for her. She said, "I'm so sorry, honey." I played dumb and said, "What happened?" She asked, "Didn't Carly tell you?" I said no. She told me she had to make out with a guy, Zach, and that if she didn't, he would expose a dirty secret about her. I asked what the secret was, and she refused to tell me. I said, "Is that all you did? A few kisses aren't that bad if he was blackmailing you." She said yes, that was it. I asked about the weekend getaway, "Weren't you on a trip?" She said no, they just went to a hotel where the guy wanted to see her for some kisses. Carly clearly looked uncomfortable during all of this, watching us like she wanted to say something. I turned to Carly, and that's when the truth started coming out. I already knew Jenny had sex, I was pretending. Jenny said, "We did a few other things, but that's it." I told her to tell me what she did. She said she played with Zach's penis and touched it a little. Enough nonsense. I got more aggressive and frustrated with the lies and asked if that was really all. Jenny then said she had to have sex with him just to satisfy him. I was tired of getting breadcrumbs, so I asked Carly what happened. Carly said Jenny told her they were going to a cabin in the mountains for a girls' weekend. Jenny told Carly I didn't want to miss football games, so I was staying home. That's believable, they're best friends. Jenny then took them to Zach's house and forced Carly to stay quiet or she'd tell my brother that Carly was cheating. She showed Carly where she'd be in case something happened and dropped Carly back at the hotel. Carly said Jenny went back to Zach's house for a while, did something, then came back with a guy she didn't know. Jenny then had more sex with Zach while Carly just talked with the new guy Jenny brought. They drank, slept, dropped everyone off, and came home. That was false. Carly never mentioned meeting X at Starbucks or the cafe trips at all. My brother was getting increasingly frustrated with the lies. I was too. I told Jenny and Carly to come with me to the dining table and asked for the full truth, because their stories didn't line up. That's when Jenny started bombing me with, "Why don't you trust me? We're married. We're supposed to trust each other in good times and bad." Wrong. Carly started making faces and rolling her eyes repeatedly. It felt like talking to children. Jenny stormed to the kitchen, grabbed a water bottle, and slammed the fridge door. My brother heard it, came in, and sat with us. All four of us were at the table. My brother and I knew most of the truth. Jenny and Carly knew all of it. We had to pull it out of them. Jenny started hysterically sobbing. Carly followed. They cried silently for about 10 minutes. Jenny came and hugged me, sobbing into my shoulder. I'm going to miss hugging her, for sure. She still felt like the same person I knew before the cheating. Jenny sat back down and told the full truth. Jenny and Carly made up the entire trip. They wanted to have sex with other people just once. They went to Starbucks so Carly could meet the guy she'd been seeing for a while. Jenny got paranoid that I was following her and started driving in circles. They went back to the mall to pick up Carly. X had something to take care of and said he'd meet Carly later at the hotel. X is a friend of both Jenny and Carly. They went to the hotel to eat, then drove to Zach's house. Jenny ran to the car again because she was paranoid I was following her. She showed Carly where she'd be if something happened, dropped Carly at the hotel, and went back to Zach's house, where they kissed and had sex. Later, Jenny and Zach went to the mall to pick up X again. They went back to the hotel intending to have sex. Carly backed out. Jenny and Zach had sex multiple times. Carly exposed Jenny immediately to avoid involvement. Everyone drank heavily. Jenny and Zach had sex again, then slept. Carly and X hung out all night, nothing romantic except holding hands. In the morning they ate, dropped everyone off, kissed Zach, went to the cafe, and discussed what they'd tell us. They panicked and improvised. They went back to the hotel, checked out, and left. Jenny hugged me again, sobbing into my chest, soaking my shirt. Carly cried but didn't go near my brother. My brother looked relieved but also angry. He scolded Carly for lying for about 15 minutes, then again about how badly they hurt us. More crying. I was furious. I thought we were great. She never showed signs of wanting others. I asked how long it had been going on. After more crying, she said a few weeks, and that this was the first time they had sex. I was devastated, but I understood this is what she wants. She wants other people. That's fine, just not while we're together. So I'm continuing with the divorce. My brother and Carly talked privately for about 20 minutes, lots of yelling and crying, then left together. It looked like they reconciled and went home. Jenny kept telling me we could get through this, that she didn't want to lose me, that it would never happen again. I stood up and went back to watching TV. She started yelling that I was betraying her, that we're life partners and can't divorce. She tried to sit on me affectionately, I rejected her. She got sad and went to the bathroom. Mood swings. I told her we'd talk later and that I was going to watch the game with friends. She begged one last time. I didn't give in. She said she had planned a date and a sexy surprise for me. I left without mentioning the investigation. I'm at my friend's house now. They're enjoying the game. I'm writing a depressing, devastating story on Reddit. I have the lawyer tomorrow morning. Thank you all for the support these past days. It's meant a lot. I'll update after the divorce lawyer and after I get home. Maybe a full update post on Monday or Tuesday. I'll recover call and text records to see who she was calling outside the hotel. My head is spinning. My brother is supposedly okay now. I'm still devastated. The next months will be hard, but I think I can get through it. Jenny is home alone now. Edit 1. I forgot to add that Jenny has sent me 13 texts asking me to come home and saying she misses me. Edit 2. I'll probably stop updating for tonight. I'm not in the mood. I'll read and reply to some comments, but not all. Good night, guys. Thanks for the support. Update 2. So my sexy surprise last night was pretty awful. I came home angry, and Jenny had literally everything I like prepared, my favorite food, the outfit of hers I liked, everything. I didn't know what to do. It felt like some of our old nights together that we loved. I didn't give in sexually, but I was hungry. We sat and ate almost in silence. She had the nerve to ask, "Are you still mad at me?" I just looked at her and she understood. I finished eating and went upstairs. She followed me, took my hand, and cried on me again. I still see flashes of the person I loved, the way she walks, the way she brushes her hair back. Then I realize this is just how she makes me feel guilty. I won't stay with someone I can't trust. I told her to leave me alone and that we'd talk tomorrow. I went to bed, where she was waiting for one last attempt at sex. I finally said, "This isn't happening, and you know it. You have Zach on speed dial. Call him if you want a quick hookup." She smashed her phone on the floor and said, "I told you I don't like him anymore. I want to be with you and only you. Our bedroom floor is carpeted." So her phone didn't break, but the SIM card and battery flew out. I told her to pick up her fucking phone and stop bothering me. I was trying to sleep. She should have thought about our relationship when she was sleeping with other people. More crying, and she eventually fell asleep like that. I fell asleep afterward and we did not have sex. This morning I woke up at 5 a.m. without waking her, went to the gym for an hour, and then went to see the divorce lawyer. He told me not to say anything to her about the private investigator or anything related to the divorce yet. He believes it would be wise for me to think this through carefully, because after a divorce it would be very difficult to go back. He told me to call him when I was ready to move forward. I received a copy of the prenup and we reviewed it. It's still valid, thank God. He didn't have much time to talk because he technically shouldn't have been in the office since it was Martin Luther King Day, but he still saw me and one other client early and wanted to go home. I plan to call him tomorrow morning to continue the process. There is absolutely no way I am staying with Jenny. After the meeting, I texted my brother to ask how things were going. He said more or less back to normal. Good for him. It's strange, I'm happy for him, but part of me wishes I had a partner to go through this with. Divorce is hard, but I'm not a coward and I can handle this. Jenny texted me several times this morning asking where I was. I didn't respond. I'm home now and it's pretty awkward. She's trying to organize a movie date for us tonight and I keep declining. To clarify something, some people are saying I'm bragging in these posts. I never said I have a huge penis, never said I'm incredibly attractive, never said I'm disgustingly rich or have some amazing job. I don't consider myself above anyone. The only reason sexual details were included is because sexual dissatisfaction is a very common reason for divorce. And thank you all for the support. There's no way I can read all the comments and private messages, but I'll try to respond to as many as I can. There will probably be a couple more updates here, and I'll post another update thread in a few months about how I'm doing and how the divorce went. Thanks again for the gold, but as mentioned, this is a throwaway account. Update 3, sorry for the delay in recent updates. It's hard to update when Jenny is home because I don't want her to discover the posts, so I have to open a new window every time she walks by. As a result, writing a post that should take 30 minutes ends up taking much longer. Anyway, Jenny tried to drag me to the movies last night. She said if we spent time alone and cleared our heads, maybe we could rethink the situation and realize we're perfect for each other. I wanted to see American Sniper anyway, but I didn't want to go to the movies, so I gave in because she was pestering me. As soon as we sat down, I immediately regretted it. There were countless attempts to hold my hand, kiss me, put her arm around me, or pull my arm around her. After I rejected her repeatedly, she got frustrated during the movie and started giving me the silent treatment like a child. She turned her head away from the screen and then started repeatedly hitting my thigh over and over for nearly the rest of the movie. On the way home she started crying and yelling about how sorry she was, said she has nightmares about losing me and can't imagine a day waking up without me beside her. I told her I do not want to continue a romantic relationship with her and that we are getting divorced. I asked her to pull over so I could drive because she was acting like a lunatic and I was afraid she'd drive us into traffic. The rest of the drive was quiet sobbing and silence. Last night, as a final attempt, she tried to initiate again. I pushed her away and told her our sex life is over. After we separate, she can go back to Zach or whoever she wants. Until then, stop trying to initiate this shit. I will only reject you. Let me sleep. Like the night before, she fell asleep crying. This morning we woke up at almost the same time, which is unusual since I usually wake up early and she sleeps in. Maybe she stayed up all night waiting for me to wake up to talk. No idea. Anyway, she said she wanted to be honest and get everything off her chest, that she couldn't live with herself if she kept lying to me. Carly did have sex with X, and not just that, they swapped partners repeatedly over the weekend. Every possible male-female combination between Carly, Jenny, Zach, and X happened. She said Carly was scared my brother would find out, so she stabbed Jenny in the back by exposing her. Carly wanted to be the accuser and Jenny the accused, because the person who reports first is usually believed more. When Carly told Jenny what she did, Jenny panicked and sent me a similar message about Carly. So both of our wives cheated on us with two different people. Zach and X are mutual friends of both of them, and everyone had been sexually interested for a while. Jenny said she wanted to see what it was like to try other fish in the sea, and Carly was tired of the same boring life. Once again, I was devastated and angry that she still hadn't told me the full truth, even after her earlier confession. About an hour ago, I texted my brother asking if he and Carly could come over later today to talk. Instead, he told me to come to his place tonight with Jenny. Keep in mind, I hadn't even told him yet that Carly cheated, but he already wanted me to bring Jenny, so maybe Carly confessed. Jenny is nervous about going, not eating much, not talking much. I received Jenny's call logs from the last few days. The person she and Carly were talking to outside the hotel was not Zach, it was a number I didn't recognize, probably X. She contacted the bank once, likely because the joint account was frozen or she was trying to drain it. She also called Carly multiple times during the trip. Her phone is broken now, so she hasn't made calls in the last day or so. Zach is probably wondering why he hasn't heard from her. The divorce lawyer and I have a follow-up meeting scheduled for Thursday afternoon. We plan to move forward with the divorce. I'll inform Jenny that she'll need to hire a lawyer soon. She probably doesn't take me seriously yet, but she will when she sees the prenup with the infidelity clause highlighted. It's strange how much media attention this is getting, Fox News, Daily Mail, radio shows, etc. It's a constant reminder of how awful the next few months will be and increases the chance that she'll find this. I can't go 2 minutes without thinking about the affair. I can't even browse this subreddit without seeing jokes about investigators or Jenny and Carly in the comments of almost every post. I hope with time it hurts less and maybe even becomes something I can laugh about. Right now it still hurts imagining two different guys having sex with my future ex-wife, maybe even at the same time. Thank you all for the support. Another update will come later today after talking with my brother and Carly, and maybe another if something new happens. Edit January 20th, 2015, 3:53 p.m. What the hell, I had no idea Brazzers was offering me a free subscription. Very generous of them. For 45 p.m. heading to my brother's place soon. I joked somewhere about my favorite movies, those aren't actually my favorite movies of all time, not even top 3. 5:05 p.m. leaving in a few minutes. Jenny is getting ready. These are going to be some awful hours. I'm getting so much support in my inbox it's unbelievable, I can't even read a fifth of it. Thank you all. 5:07 p.m. If it makes some of you feel better, I'll try to explain any inconsistencies or issues you have with the story when I get back tonight or tomorrow. Tonight's update will be about the shitty conversation I'm about to have. 5:10 p.m. evidence will be posted after the divorce case is resolved, official proof to calm the non-believers. Update 4, Jenny and I arrived at my brother's house and Carly's. After ringing the doorbell and waiting what felt like an eternity, Carly opened the door. She looked sad, her eyes swollen as if she had been crying for a while. We went inside and my brother was waiting for us in the living room. I walked over and sat next to him. Jenny tried to sit next to Carly, but Carly stood up and walked to a seat on the other side of the room. You could almost feel the tension in the air. Without beating around the bush, my brother got straight to the point. He said Carly told him that Jenny pressured Carly into having sex with Zach and X and that it was not her choice. Carly had to confess to my brother that she had sex with Zach and X. Carly spoke and said that if it had truly been her choice, she would not have done it and would have remained faithful to my brother. Carly said Jenny had recently become a bad influence and kept pushing her toward having an affair, but that she resisted. In the end, to stop the constant pressure, Carly gave in. Carly said again that Jenny is not a positive influence you want in your life and that the old Jenny she knew, the kind, faithful, loving one, was gone. Jenny looked furious and shouted that Carly was a fucking lying bitch. Jenny admitted that they both had sex because they both wanted to try new things and that she did not force anyone to do anything. I spoke up and, for the first time in a long while, I took Jenny's side. I questioned my brother, asking him if he really believed the bullshit Carly was spewing. I told him there was no way Jenny forced anyone to do anything, otherwise Carly would have secretly texted one of us from the very beginning. Then the emotional breakdown started. Carly cried non-stop for 10 minutes, saying words no one could understand. Jenny, surprisingly, just stared at her angrily instead of joining in. Carly finally confessed, telling us that both of them had agreed and wanted to try something new. My brother got furious again and started pacing around the house, slamming doors, struggling to control his anger. In the end, we all knew the full truth. Jenny and Carly both consented to having sex with two men during a fake girls' night. My brother calmed down but was still visibly upset and returned to the living room. There was nothing left to say. We all knew what was coming, a double divorce. After everything was cleared up, we all stood up the way you normally do when guests are leaving, and Jenny and I got ready to go. Suddenly, Carly crossed the room and hugged Jenny, even after Jenny politely resisted a couple of times. It lasted a few seconds before Jenny pulled away. Then they looked at each other. Suddenly, Jenny slapped Carly across the face. It wasn't hard enough to knock her out or send her into another dimension, but it left a mark. Jenny clearly wasn't going to tolerate being blamed like this. She turned around and ran out the door. I apologized profusely and followed her. My brother texted me once we got home, saying he was okay and very pissed about how Carly embarrassed him with that lie in front of everyone. Needless to say, Carly and Jenny will not be speaking for a while. As you know, after Jenny smashed her phone on the floor and aggressively placed it on hard surfaces multiple times, her phone stopped working properly. I saw this firsthand. When I came back from the divorce lawyer, I recovered the call and text records from the past few days and noticed there were no texts or calls after the incident, though there were calls during the girls' trip. I'm not 100% sure whether her phone stopped working immediately after she smashed it or if it worked for a bit and then died. As I mentioned, the morning after Jenny smashed her phone and I returned from the lawyer, she texted me. Jenny was using either her barely functional phone or her iPad, which only needs Wi-Fi to send messages, not a cellular plan. iPhone messages do not appear in call or text records because they use Apple servers, not the carrier. When she texted me, I didn't think much of it and assumed it was a normal Apple message. I had far more serious divorce-related things on my mind than thinking about which device Jenny used to contact me. She had been switching between regular texts and Apple messaging while talking to Zach that night. I entered the password for Jenny's iPad and opened the messages. She had been texting Zach and an unknown number, probably X. I read the conversations and Jenny had ended things with both of them, saying she didn't want any more ties and that the sex would stop. X and Zach agreed, and they have not spoken since. So Jenny had, in fact, cut off the relationships. She wasn't lying. Jenny gave me a goodnight kiss. I didn't have time to react. She didn't grab me or force me, just a kiss that lasted a few seconds. I guess that's fine, and she went to bed. I'm writing this on my computer and will upload it shortly. She hasn't cried or begged for sex or affection. I think she finally understands that this is over. Now all my brother and I have to do is file for divorce, and we will return to single lives without wives. We are not divorcing each other, for God's sake. We are divorcing our wives. And if you think this story is fake, it isn't. Please refrain from flooding my inbox with karma-whore insults and useless messages. I want to see messages where people actually give advice or feedback, not pointless abuse. Edit January 20, 2015 11:27 p.m. Tomorrow I might post a poll about whether my brother and I should get revenge or something. No, revenge is petty, forget it. Also, this nighttime Reddit crowd seems much kinder and less volatile. I like you guys. 11:56 p.m., I'm going to bed soon. I'll keep responding to some comments, but I can't get to all of them. 12:51 a.m., I guess we're the reason Reddit servers have been so fucked these past few days. I'll add broke the internet to my resume. 1:38 a.m., no, I don't think I'm important enough to need a disclaimer, but I'm getting tons of messages asking to turn this into a short film, book, movie, Kickstarter, etc. I needed to say this just in case anyone took this as something more than the divorce stories of one guy and his brother. A lot of people advised me to add a disclaimer since it appeared in the news. I'm just following advice. I'm receiving too many messages to answer all of them, sorry. Update 5, January 21, 2015, as usual, I woke up early, went to the gym, and came home in time for breakfast. Jenny was already awake and sitting at the table, eating, with a plate prepared for me again. She woke up early, which she normally doesn't. I don't know why I let her cook for me, I didn't ask her to, but I wasn't going to throw away a perfectly good breakfast, and I knew she didn't poison it or anything. It felt very much like our time together before the affair, sitting, eating, and casually talking. She stopped trying to initiate or get overly romantic, except for occasional shoulder touches and quick pecks. There's nothing I can do to stop those, they happen in a second and I don't have time to react. Anyway, as we were finishing breakfast, the doorbell rang. I went to open it. It was Carly with a police officer, one of the non-emergency type who handles minor disputes. She called him to supervise in case things got physical again. She didn't warn us she was coming, but whatever. Carly got straight to the point and clearly explained that she didn't want any of us to contact her ever again. She said she didn't want to speak to us and had had enough of all the drama and shady shit that we supposedly caused, claiming we ruined her life and made her into such an unstable person. Apparently she has depression and developed a nail-biting habit because of us. To be clear, neither Jenny, nor my brother, nor I were ever to speak to her again unless it was related to the divorce case between her and my brother. Jenny tried to speak, but Carly shut her up before she could say anything. Carly is also preparing restraining orders against Jenny. And me, and another one against my brother, after the divorce is finalized. She said we would have to pay a fine of around $1,000 if we came within 300 meters of her. I looked at the officer to confirm if that was even possible, but he just shrugged. Carly will stay in a hotel until her divorce is final. She also said that if Jenny hears any rumors, she cannot spread them. Carly said she is afraid she may have contracted an STD from Jenny and will get tested as soon as possible. I will get tested as well. I almost exploded and asked what the fuck she was doing in our house, walking in with a cop and spewing this bullshit that obviously wouldn't hold up in court, but I let it go. Jenny was getting irritated but held back. Carly smiled smugly and walked out behind the officer. Jenny tried to trip her, but Carly kept her balance, told the officer, and shot Jenny a glare. Jenny received a warning from the officer. So Carly will not speak to my brother, to me, or to Jenny. Jenny and I are divorcing, and clearly my brother and Carly soon will too. In the end, it will just be my brother and me, and two former best friends who threw their lives away over a stupid idea. Jenny and Carly will be cut out of our lives as soon as all of this is over. I've also asked Jenny's parents to come over on Saturday at a time when Jenny won't be home so we can talk about this situation. Editor's note, the user has been very busy lately. That was the final post. At some point over the nearly 11 years since the posts, the user deleted the account, so no, there will be no further updates.